Cage Minds, Micah Frankel. We're at Absolute Fitness, and that's where you find most of the dogs getting ready for BKFC Fight Night Albuquerque. Second time around for a lot of these gentlemen inside of that ring, including Manor Otero. How you doing, sir?
Good, doing real good. Feels good to be back, put on the card. It's almost been a year since I made my debut in BKFC, and I've been antsy. I've had a couple fights fall out, and I'm excited to do work.
You're a veteran of the fight game, but does those kind of disappointments or failures to come up ever affect you where you're like, hey, I'm starting to get ready for this opportunity, that opportunity? And I had heard it's probably about 3 or 4 in the last year that have fallen through. Mm-hmm. So I got to admit, at a point, it's probably got to wear on you a little bit.
I mean, that's life. Life's all just full of ups and downs, opportunities. If you look at shit like, man, that sucked and boo-hoo, then that's what it's going to be. I used that as more motivation to stay in the gym, stay ready. You know, I mean, when I started, you did an interview with me at that Prospect series over there at the Tapia gym, and man, I was fat and out of shape. I didn't realize how long I had been out of the game was like 7+ years. And to put gloves, like I dusted my gear bag off pretty much, showed up to that, had no clue why. I just wanted to see where I still stood. And I kind of made the cut, I think, out of all the athletes that showed up that day. And they called and, you know, do I want to fight? That was in December of last year in 2024. And, or was it 2023? Either way, I ended up fighting in March, a couple months down the road, made my debut in the sport. And I pretty much stayed active since. Since then, I've gotten in way better shape. I'm working with Donald, a couple other dogs here at this gym, and man, I just feel like still really does sharpen still.
What did it feel like returning, being back, competing again, getting in that ring, having that adrenaline, that contact?
Man, I like contact. I invite that stuff in my life. It felt more at home than I wanted it to feel because I just wanted to kind of get it out of my system, and all that did was created that monster back inside of me. Except, man, I'm older now, and when I used to fight, say I've never been dropped, I've never been, you know, KO'd, TKO'd, like I would only lose on decisions because I'd make bad decisions, and I would let crowds get to me. Believe it or not, there was a lot of nerves and bugs. And now that I'm older, I just honed it all in. It was beautiful. I used the crowd to my advantage for once, instead of like, this is scary, what am I doing? And oh shit, everyone's gonna see me with my shirt off. And I used to be in damn good shape. I was 170 pounds ripped up and jacked. And man, I'd just go out there timid. It was like test anxiety. And now that I'm older, bro, I'm a dog. I don't give a fuck. I'll go out on my shield, knock me out. I'm gonna knock you out, and that's all there is to it. I don't care what I look like. I know I'm gonna look good because I'm a warrior.
It sounds like at some point in that process, you came back to do this to almost have a proper goodbye to the fight game.
Correct.
And at some point, something else sparked in you. Can you describe when and what that is?
Man, I'd probably say it didn't really spark at that tryout Prospect series deal. It sparked getting back in the mix with all the guys. You know, John Dotson was there training and sparring, and Donald, and what an inspiration he's been. Man, I remember when we started, we were kids in a wide open game, and it was like so unsanctioned but sanctioned, and it was the Wild West of fighting. And here he was, busting his ass, owning businesses, being successful in that part of life, and getting back into it. And it was an inspiration to be like, man, I still got it too. I'm in here moving around with these young cats and, you know, still doing work and feeling like I move just as good as them. I'm stronger mentally and probably physically, even though I'm up there in age. I'm 37. You know, I had been laid off for 7 years. I guess I quit at around 30. It didn't feel like it, especially once I got back into shape. Now I'm just having fun. Like before, it's like, oh, tonight's a spar night. Fuck, I'm out of shape. Shit. Now I'm like, let's go spar. Let's get these rounds in. I'm doing 3 a days. I go, you know, 4:30 in the morning, cardio, conditioning. Come here in the evenings, do mitt work, bag work with the coach, and then I do strength and conditioning after that. I'm doing 3 workouts in a day plus a full day of work, and I just feel better mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally than I've ever felt in this game. I feel comfortable. I feel at home.
You're excited.
I am.
There's like this giddiness from you that I don't know the last time I saw this. The last time it might have been we were like talking about an MMA fight. So that's before you started boxing and stuff. I'm like that you've had this like look at this smile, this like genuine like excitement about what you're doing.
Because it probably wasn't then, brother. I was always just like a dude took any fight, anytime, anywhere, and I never was confident in myself. I'll be honest with you. I won some, I lost some back in the day, and that's just because I wasn't fully training. I mean, I'd go to the gym and train here and there, go do my sparring, but I wasn't committed to it the way I should have been. The only thing I ever committed to was cutting weight, and that's because I knew how to cut weight from wrestling. But bro, I'm fully confident in myself. I'm not in this to lose. I'm not in this to get put on TV. All that shit can go to the birds. I don't care for all that. What I care about is being the best in my division and going for the strap. Like there's big tough dudes in my division. Ben Rothwell, he's a monster. They moved the weight class up for him. Mick Terrell, the champ that just got dethroned by Rothwell. Those are some game opponents, but they're no one bigger than I fought before in my life. I'm the runt of my family. I've said it and I'll say it all the time. You know, my brothers are monsters. My older brother's 6'3", 270. My little brother's 6'4", 330. And we grew up scrapping, bro. I'm the runt. You know what I mean? And to not have to cut weight and come in fully prepared at my natural weight, I feel great. I feel amazing.
What are your expectations for a fight now with Braxton Smith? He's in the kind of prime, I'd say, of his athletic career. He was recently getting to the UFC. He was a heavyweight champion in peak. What do you think about this challenge?
It's just another opponent. One more step closer to getting to my end goal, which is the belt. I'm glad they're feeding me somebody good for my second outing, not just some guy to sell tickets and get the knockout in front of my home crowd or something like that. This dude's the real deal, and I'm here to show everybody I'm the real deal still too.
He had an impressive debut. You look back at footage like that, does it get you excited to see that you're getting, like, as you said, a real stiff test for this one?
Absolutely. There's no holds barred in this fight. He's a monster, and I'm going to show everybody I'm a freaking monster at heavyweight. I'm a monster. I got heavy hands. I move good. You know what I mean? I could take a hit, and I can give hits. I'm here to knock everybody out, not go to decision.
Manor Otero, feature fight, BKFC Fight Night Albuquerque, Kiva Auditorium, here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Get your tickets online. And don't forget also, when you guys go online, if you enter this man's last name, he gets credit for selling you the ticket. So help out your favorite fighter.